My name is Adam, and I'm not famous or rich or powerful. I'm just a regular person who tried to do right by the people he loved. For most of my life, that meant putting my family before myself. I grew up in a middle-class household where money was always tight. We didn't have luxury, but we had each other, or so I believed. That belief shaped every decision I made growing up. I studied hard, worked part-time jobs, and carried responsibilities early. Not because I was forced, but because I wanted to help. I thought that's what family does. While others chased dreams, I chased stability. I chose practical paths so my family wouldn't struggle. I convinced myself that sacrifice was love. I passed on opportunities that could have taken me far away. I stayed close so I could be useful and available. I never complained because I thought it would be worth it. People around me admired how loyal I was. They said I was dependable and mature for my age. I wore that identity with pride. I believed family was permanent, that no matter what happened outside, home would be safe. I didn't know safety can be conditional. Things started changing when money entered the picture differently. Not survival money, but opportunity money. The kind that tests people's character. Suddenly, discussions weren't about unity anymore. They were about assets, investments, and control. I felt something shift, but I stayed quiet. I noticed I was being consulted less and instructed more. My opinions started sounding like obstacles. Still, I kept showing up. I told myself this was temporary stress. That pressure makes people act strange. I chose patience over confrontation. Then came the situation that exposed everything. A financial decision where my well-being conflicted with profit. That's when masks fell off. They had to choose between supporting me or securing money, between protecting a person or protecting an investment. The choice was instant. No arguments, no debate, no hesitation. Just a calm, collective decision against me. I wasn't even surprised, just numb. I sat there waiting for someone to look uncomfortable, waiting for someone to defend me. No one did. They spoke about risk and returns like I wasn't present. As if I was a problem to manage. Not a son, not a brother, not family. When I finally spoke, my voice shook. I asked if anyone considered how this would affect me. The room went quiet. That silence answered everything. My pain didn't fit into their calculations. So it was ignored. They said it wasn't personal. That emotions can't interfere with financial growth. That I would understand one day. I understood immediately. I understood I was replaceable. I understood money had a louder voice than me. Walking out of that room felt unreal. Like leaving a place I thought was home. Except it didn't feel like home anymore. I replayed every sacrifice in my head. Every time I chose them over myself, it all felt meaningless. The betrayal didn't come from strangers. It came from people who knew my limits and crossed them anyway. The hardest part wasn't losing financial support. It was losing identity. I didn't know who I was without them. I questioned everything about myself. Was I foolish for being loyal? Was I stupid for believing in unconditional love? Nights became long and restless. My mind refused to slow down. Every memory felt like a lie. I watched them continue their lives comfortably, posting smiles and celebrations, as if nothing had happened. That hurt more than their decision, because it showed how easily I was erased, like I was never essential. I tried reaching out once, not to beg, but to understand. I was met with distance. That distance was colder than anger. It told me there was no regret, only justification. So I stopped explaining myself. I stopped trying to be understood. I chose silence. Silence gave me space to think clearly, to see patterns I ignored before, to see love that was always conditional. I realized my role was always functional. As long as I was useful, I mattered. Once I wasn't, I was disposable. That realization broke something inside me, but it also rebuilt something stronger, self-respect. I started rebuilding my life slowly, with fear, doubt, and determination. No safety net this time. I learned how to rely on myself, how to sit with loneliness without panicking, how to choose peace over approval. Healing didn't come quickly. Some days, progress meant getting out of bed. Other days, it meant forgiving myself. I stopped measuring my worth through their validation. I stopped chasing a place where I wasn't wanted. That decision saved my sanity. I learned that family isn't who you share blood with. It's who stands with you when it costs them something. Anything else is a transaction. The pain didn't disappear, but it changed shape. It became motivation instead of weight, fuel instead of poison. I became more careful with trust, but more honest with myself. That balance mattered. There are still moments when it hurts, when I miss what I thought we had. Healing isn't forgetting. But I no longer feel ashamed. I no longer feel small. Their choice doesn't define me. If you're watching this and feel abandoned by your own family, know that your pain is real. And you're not weak for feeling it. Being chosen last by your own people leaves scars. Scars that don't show on the surface, but they change you deeply. Still, being rejected by people who value money over love isn't failure. It's clarity, and clarity is powerful. I didn't lose my family that day. I lost an illusion, and I gained myself.